What's up, everybody? It's the Rogue in Disguise, North American community contributor for World of Warships Blitz. And if this is your first time here or been here for a while, well, make sure you smash that like button, you hit the subscribe, and you turn that bell to all to catch all that we do for World of Warships Blitz. Oh, but yes, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Roosevelt, a Tier 10 premium aircraft carrier vessel that's coming out to the waters of World of Warships Blitz as of July 1st. Now, how it came out is how it came out. I'm not going to get into the details of that, but let's dive into the relative comparison to the Midway. So let's do the compare chart, and you guys can find out for yourselves right now what you're looking at to get. No unique equipment, nothing super fancy about it. They're both Midway classes built in 1945. The Roosevelt has a little bit more health, but about 750 hit points. Not a big difference there. Maneuverability falls in favor of the Roosevelt as far as it can be faster, a turn quicker, and the time to turn is a little faster than the Midway, but the time to full speed falls in favor of the Midway. Main guns, exactly the same. There is literally no difference between the two of them, and I think they're fine, just right where they're at. The carrier group, this is where it gets to be different. The Roosevelt is more of a torpedo class style aircraft carrier in its gameplay, while the Midway is more of a bomber style. And you can see that in the stats here because you're able to get 2 bombs per plane versus the 1 on the Midway. Midway has more bombers of 36. You get 2 squadrons under your control, but you only get 24 and 1 squadron under your control on the Roosevelt. All right, so let's dive into the torpedo bombers. This is why I'm saying this is a torpedo aircraft carrier versus a bomber one. Midway, you only get 1 squadron under your command. Roosevelt, you get 2. Torpedo bombers per plane squadron is in favor of the Midway, but you get 2 torpedoes per plane on the Roosevelt. And the torpedo bomber health pool is a lot more in favor of the Roosevelt, while the torpedo damage is heavier, but you only get 1 squadron, but you get more torpedo planes on the Roosevelt. Tough comparison, but you understand at the end of the day, the Roosevelt has a lot more torpedoes. Fighters, it gets a little different, okay? You get 2 squadrons under your command, but you get 3 fighters per squadron for a total of 6, so it means basically 1 more fighter for you, but you get it in 2 groups versus just 1 of 5 fighters for the Midway. Not too bad. Anti-aircraft armament is equal in one way or another. You get large caliber AE damage in favor of the Midway, while the Roosevelt gets the small caliber AE damage of 547 at 1.80 kilometers. Surface detection is in favor of the Roosevelt. So that's really the stat comparison between the Roosevelt and the Midway. So we know that the Roosevelt is a torpedo bomber style or torpedo aircraft carrier, dealing huge amounts of damage. Like the first time I took it out, I did 80K. It went down after that. Everybody realized I was streaming, but I was able to do 80K on the first go around and not too mad about that. So, I mean, and I'm not a carrier vessel player, so that tells you a lot right there. Let's dive into what type of upgrades you can get for your elite ship bonuses. The damage control center, which fire and flooding resistance, is increased by 15%. I went with advanced dive bombers. Bomb damage increased by 2% and chance of setting a bomb by 7%. Anything to increase the damage is always going to be one of my favorites. There are 2 camouflages for this carrier vessel, and the first one is the historical camouflages that focuses on the ship hit points, the bomb damage, and the aircraft torpedo damage and surface detection, while the flying fish works on hit points, fighter damage, aircraft torpedo damage, and surface detection. So they're both kind of interesting. One is for bomber damage, the other one is for fighter damage. Please keep this in mind. So the flying fish is going to do your fighters justice, while the historical camouflage does your bombers justice. And I would go with the historical camouflage for this one entirely if you wanted to do work on your bombers, but you only get 1 squadron. Me personally, I'd rather have the fighter damage to ward off any bad guys, so especially when I have them patrolling over the top of me. There's really no details or extra special perks on this, but of course, naturally, it being a premium, you only get 2 battle honor missions overall. I did find the ship to be kind of fun on the Roosevelt. I didn't put any supplies or equipment on it, and I felt it just being kind of cool on that. But of course, naturally, there's going to be some guys out there that want that. Go ahead, snatch that stuff up. It'll make the ship just that much more fun. I only played just a handful of games with it because I'm not a carrier vessel player, but I did do my best with it. And like I said, my first game was 84K. So that tells you something right there, first time out. And I really didn't even have my emulator set up that well for carrier vessels until I did this for this particular vessel. Lots of fun. Overall, will it change my mind to get it off from being a battleship main, cruiser, and destroyer? Actually, I'm more battleship cruiser main myself. I play destroyers rarely, and carrier vessels even less. So that tells you where I'm at in life. I find it fun. I did play it, and the amount of torpedoes that it drops for all the planes that you have up in there is just nuts. It's just really nuts, and it's a lot of fun. I was just enthralled with it, even though I wish I was playing on my phone during the live stream. It's just battery usage. That's why I'm using my computers. But overall, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you smash the like button, you hit the subscribe, and you turn that bell to all to catch all that we do for World of Warships Blitz on YouTube. Check out the link in the description below so you can catch all the platforms that we create content on, and the link to our live streams on Facebook. Oh, but yes, until the next time, guys, don't do anything I wouldn't do twice, and you guys have a great day. And if it's your birthday today, happy birthday.